Okay, so now to the exciting part where we get to wire up our quad. And what we'll do first is we'll just take a quick look at these parts again and what exactly we're going to do. So we started off with the receiver, and if I can just hone in here for you to see. We've got the receiver in here. That's our little receiver. And we've got the ground, we've got the 5 volt, we've got a channel 1 and a channel 2. And as we've seen in our diagrams, that's going to go over here to the ground pad, the 5 volt pad, and the RX1 and the TX1. So that's going to go to the ground, 5 volt, RX1 and TX1 over here on the flight controller. So we'll be able to match up the receiver to the flight controller there. We've got our camera at the top here. We don't need any of these, so we can just use the ground, 5 volts and camera, which will go to camera, ground and 5 volts over here. So that's our receiver and our camera. Okay, and what you need to do is you're going to twist the wires like that so that you've got enough wire to get to these ports over here, these pads. And then we're going to snip off. This bit here, remember, is the connector to our from our ESC to our flight controller. So we'll just plug that in there. That's nice and easy. And then we've got the TBS Unified Pro VTX, which I've got. I'll just settle this down again a second. I've already wired this up. Okay, so as we saw in our diagram, we've got 5 volts, ground, the video and the data for our telemetry. Okay, and we're going to twist those up and lengthen them to the point where they're going to go over to this side here. And again, as a reminder, we've got our 9 volt there, which we need, the ground, we've got the TX pad here, and then the video pad here, or the VTX. Alright, so just refer back to what we did before in the wiring diagram, and you'll see that these wires here from the VTX are going to wire up over to here. So I've taken the receiver out from here, which was threaded through underneath the VTX. Okay, just so I've taken the VTX out, everything off for the moment, just so that we can get to stuff a bit easier. And the receiver was placed like that. So again, you've got ground, 5 volts, channel 1, channel 2, and you've got your corresponding wires here. Doesn't matter if they're, not the same color as they are in the pictures, in the wiring diagrams. That could be whatever you like, just as long as you remember that, that's channel 1, that's channel 2, that goes to the RX, that goes to the TX, and so on. So we just are going to tin up our wires quickly. I've applied some solder to here. So just as we did before, just very lightly tin up our wires. Okay, doesn't take much. Okay. And these are nice silicone wires, so they shouldn't burn. That, some of these old wires are plastic and not the best. So let's just put that to one side over there. So we're going to go ground first. Okay, and again, like I said, we're going to go through these. So let me just tin it up, flux it up on both sides. Okay, and we're going to poke this one through here, and probably take this FCC notice off. Okay, So that's him, nicely done. Okay, like I said, you can actually apply a little bit on the top as well. Sometimes it ends up desoldering the whole thing though, but yeah, a bit of solder on there. So that's should be very nice and secure there. Do the same for the power. Thread that through. And again, like I said, try not to leave too much wire out on the top there. Okay, that's him. It's not looking too bad. Okay, power ground, and then you've got channel 1, which is our green. It's probably a little bit small, but that wire there, but it should be just about okay. These are very easy to just strip off a bit more if you need to. You can do it with your fingertips. Okay, and a bit of solder. Yep, he's good. Nice and tight. So we can see there's no overlapping solder anywhere. And the last one is channel 2 over here. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a nice shiny blob on all of these. I don't have the steadiest of hands, but I get by. So you can see there, got some nice shiny solder joints there for our receiver. So that's the receiver done. We've got our VTX wired up from the VTX. The camera is going to come from the actual plug itself here. So what we can do is, when we're ready, what I'll probably do first is do the hard part and get these battery leads onto here, and then get the motor leads so that's all nice and down, and then we can snip off these bits and wire up these peripherals.